All right, today we're going to make a pleasant sounding song just using Presence from Presonus. Because whether you know it or not, and you may, Presence has pretty much every instrument you need, including synthesizers, to make a full song. It has strings, guitars, drums. You might not see drums here on first glance, but I want to show you in the artist instruments, there's some pretty general type instruments that you can use. There might not be the best sounding things you've ever heard in your life, especially like the way instruments have progressed, but they get the job done. And there's a bunch of kits in here that are just in Presence, just like a basic drum kit. So actually that sounds pretty good. So let's do a slow, stringy type pleasant song with just Presence. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just clicked the tempo. You couldn't see it behind my keyboard down there in the bottom. But now I have a tempo going, 74. I'm going to turn on the metronome. I'm going to turn on pre-count. I'm going to put in a beat. 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's quantize that. And let's bring another instance of Presence in and maybe bring some strings. So let's go to the strings. Now, these separate them all into the different instruments. But if we go back in artist instruments, we might be able to find some nice, quick strings we could use for the whole thing. How about lush strings? How does it sound? Yeah, that works. So let's do that. I'm gonna duplicate this pattern, and then go back down here and play something. I think we might be a little too loud. Let me just adjust the volume. Here we go. Here we go. There, nice pleasant sound. Let's bring Presence back in. Might as well hit the whole artist instruments up and see what kind of goodness we could get out of that. How about a nice nylon guitar? Does not sound awesome, but here's the thing. Let's try to make every artist instrument sound awesome, even if we don't like it. So how about a little delay? I think it needs more treble. So we actually do have an EQ built into Presence under Effect B. So let's put EQ in, maybe put it to lead, and jack up the treble. I think we need to go higher. That might be cool. All right, let's play something with that. It was interesting. Let's try something else. Good enough. Gets the job done. All right, so let's loop the whole thing. And bring in another Presence. And what does it need now? Let's go to the artist instruments. A bass. Let's see what kind of basses we got. What's Moog bass? How's that sound? Yeah, it might give it an 80s vibe, but let's just hear how it sounds. We could always switch it out. I actually like it. All right, let's keep it. Here we go. 2, 2, 3, 4. Good enough. All right, now I think we need some kind of like maybe a piano going on in there too. Let's go kind of see what kind of piano is under artist instruments. Under keyboards, there's probably a piano somewhere in here. How about a grand piano? Like I said, these are very basic sounds, but they're usable, especially with some nice effects on them. All right, let's try that. Okay, I don't know if you could hear the piano, but here's what I did on piano. Pretty cool. All right, let's duplicate that 4 times, 4 times, 4 times, and let's arrange this into a song so we can actually hear the instruments that we're doing here. So for the intro, maybe we'll just have the piano and then maybe just one string going on. So this is the string. So let's do this. Good deal. I don't like how low these first 2 notes were. So let's just bring these up an octave. Let's hear how this sounds. Nice. Now, because it's an intro, why don't we bounce this? I'm getting a little crazy. Let's bounce this to a separate track and add an EQ to this guy and just kind of take out some of the lows. So it's real brittle, but it's good for an intro. And then the verse comes in here. Sweet. All right, cool. So we're actually making a real full song here, so we might as well turn on the arranger. Use intro, make a verse. And let's see what we want to have playing when the verse comes in. I think the next drum beat should have some hi-hats in it. So let's duplicate this and add some hi-hats. Let's try that. So I'm just going to, just for this drum beat, add some hi-hats. Here we go. That's it. Let's quantize that. So let's go from the intro now into the verse. And maybe we just raise the volume slowly of the strings. Yeah. Ooh, we need a drum fill there, like a. Like that. And then we got to have obviously a cymbal here, crash cymbal. I'm thinking we add one more thing and then call it a day. I guess the moral of this lesson was you could do a lot with just presence. We're missing a hi-hat somewhere in here. I think it's right there. There we go. I want to do some kind of crazy arpeggio thing. So I'm going to take these chords, right? I'm going to duplicate this track with the string. So duplicate it completely. And then let's change the instrument to like a synth. Oh, no, let's go into artist instruments. That's right. We're sticking to artist instruments, synth, and like some kind of pad. What's a JP pad? Let's hear how that sounds. Just mute solo that track. I don't think that's going to cut it. What else do we got? I think that EQ is still on, isn't it? No EQs. All right, let's just go through a couple other presets here. All right, we got Juno. What I want to really basically do, what I'm trying to do here is get something cool that we can add an arpeggiator to. So if you go under Instruments, under Note Effects, we could put an arpeggiator on that track. And let's just play this and tweak it a little bit. Pretty cool actually on its own. I might actually use it for a little bit in the intro. Let's bring it in the intro. All right, and then when it hits here, oops, I'm sorry. When it hits the verse, I want it to be like an octave higher. Let's try this in. Yeah, we'll bring that in. There. Okay, let's hear how our song sounds now from the beginning. Oops. All right, this needs to be faded in slowly. So one thing we could do, if we haven't messed with any automation yet, we could automate the volume. And then we could just do a little dot here, bing, dot here, bing, and now it'll slowly fade in. Ooh, sounds cool. Something is off about the timing. Maybe I need to quantize this guy. I think I do. Let's try this. Yeah. Sweet. All right, cute little way to end the song. All right, cool. So I just wanted to get a little more creative today than just explaining a feature of Studio One. And what we basically did was show you that with presence alone, no other VSTs, no other even Presonus instruments, you have enough to make some pretty cool sounding stuff. So I say have a play around with presence, even dig into those old school like legacy artist instruments and use them to the utmost of your ability. That's it for today. See ya.